So we're getting an overview of the Final Fantasy XIII-2 DC here today with Raio. What are you showing us here? Can you tell us that?
Yeah, so we're showing the set of DLCs that we've been releasing. First up, we have outfits for both the characters. This will be Sarah's default costume right here. We have the Summoner's Garb. And then we have Beachwear. Then for Noel, this is his default outfit. We have his battle attire. And one called Space-Time Guardian. And then I just put the beachwear and the battle attire on Noel just so you could kind of see it in action in a moment. For equipment, we have a couple of DLCs. A lot of these are just in the game, but this one, Seraphic Wing, was a DLC. All of these weapons, they're not just palette swaps. They all look different and they all function differently. The Seraphic Wing, for example, every time you attack an enemy, you actually restore a little bit of HP. And then for Noel, we'll just see, this Catastrophe Blade is one of his original ones. He uses like a dual wielding sword, but he actually also turns it into a spear. And Sarah's weapon is actually a sword and a bow, so you'll see her changing it throughout battle. So we'll go ahead and talk to this Arbiter of Time right here, and we'll be able to challenge ourselves with some of the Colosseums. In this build, we have Omega and Lightning and Amador battles, which have been released. Do you have a preference on which one you want to see?
Let's start with Omega.
Okay, we'll go with Omega. So he gives a little intro on who he is, what he is. If you're not familiar with Omega, he was first introduced in Final Fantasy V as a really difficult boss, and he's been recurring in several Final Fantasies. But what's really cool is that he retains his original look, obviously updated, for the current graphics, but his shape is pretty much what you saw in FF5, so it's really a nice nostalgic touch to it. In this demo, my guys are pretty much maxed out, so I'm not going to have too much trouble, but the Colosseum battles are all very challenging, and they kind of get harder with each release.
And you've also released a third Colosseum battle as DLC now, or?
Yes, we released one yesterday. That was Jill Nabat. She was one of the recurring story antagonists in 13, but you never got to fight her. So she's actually a Colosseum battle in this game, and she's actually very tough.
Is it a good way to do some fan service without it actually sort of interfering with the story too much?
Yeah, it's a great addition, especially because by defeating these Colosseum battles, you actually have a chance to get them in your party. In Final Fantasy XIII-2, your third party member is a monster, and you actually collect them during regular battle. And there are certain conditions that you have to meet. Every monster has a Feral Link ability, which is kind of a strong attack. If you could finish the enemy off using that, it's usually a better chance of you getting the monster. But the Colosseum battles are a lot harder. I've been fighting this, since yesterday and today, and I've only gotten Omega twice. So it's kind of challenging, and you can keep retrying as many times as you want to get him. But it's really cool to be able to see him fighting alongside you in your party.
It's a big reward at the end.
Oh yeah, there's definitely replay value, and most of these are not designed to be able to beat right off the bat. You have to be pretty far into the game to be able to fight them. And then some of the Jill Nabat, she actually heals herself, so it actually makes it a little bit more challenging. Omega and so as you see, Omega is a very strong enemy, and what you'll see in a second is that if I had switched to the Sentinel role, it would actually protect me from dying in that one. So let's see. Return to Galaxy. We can do this one. Yeah. So you see, the characters are maxed out, but because I didn't switch my paradigm to the Sentinel role, that attack actually killed my party. So you'll see that they're very challenging. Even if you have strong characters, if you don't use the right strategy, it's actually going to, hinder your ability to fight them. So in this one, my next attempt, before he does that powerful wave cannon attack, which is actually an original attack first introduced in FF5, I'll switch my paradigm to one with Sentinels, it'll actually prevent me from dying. So it's very interesting and very challenging. A lot of times, you have to figure out their strategy, and all the bosses have a different way of fighting. Omega just keeps attacking nonstop. He'll throw those missiles. He'll do close range lasers. Lightning and Amador battle, they're actually, you have to fight them both at the same time and kill them both. The Jill in the bot battle is very difficult too. She actually summons in really strong enemies to fight with her. And after every turn, she heals herself quite a bit. So you have to do more damage to her than she's actually, can heal herself, or else you're never going to catch up. So I'm going to try to beat this guy and hopefully see if we can get him in our party, just to see how he actually shows up within the party too. So we're just going to keep pounding away at him. After he does his wave cannon, he's actually susceptible to a lot of damage because he overheats. So what you want to do is basically survive that wave cannon. And if you can survive the wave cannon, you'll be in good shape to be able to finish him off. And the trick with Coliseum battles is you need to have a lot of elixirs. Switching to a medic role actually eats up a lot of time, precious time, and you want to be able to heal really quickly. Elixirs are hard to come by, but it's one of the nice little tricks about the Coliseum battles that you really want to be able to heal yourself really quickly. So before he's going to do his wave cannon, I'm going to switch to a guarded assault, which is a paradigm with 2 sentinels. And you'll see that this time, it'll do a lot less damage. So that's one of the tricks that you really have to be able to know when to do. So now he's going to overheat. So I'm going to switch my paradigm and do a Feral Link with this monster. He's actually a really great monster because his Feral Link actually gives you a lot of status boosts. So now that my characters are a lot stronger, I'm just going to keep pounding away at him and seeing if I could finish him off. And then after he finishes overheating, he gets kind of in this berserk state where he's going to be rushing through the map right here. Just has a little bit more life left, but we shouldn't have a problem with this. Okay. So you have your target time of 8:55. I finished it in 3:06. Obviously, depending on how fast you clear it, your rating is going to be higher. And if you get a 5-star rating, the probability of getting a rare drop is going to increase, obviously. In the next scene, we'll see. In the next screen, we'll see if we get Omega or not. And we didn't get him. So, it's just kind of a trial and error. You have to keep trying. Obviously, if I had finished him off with the Feral Link, it might have increased the chances. But a lot of it is not supposed to be easy. You have to really earn it. So you have to keep trying and kind of see if you can get him.
And you haven't revealed any of your DLC plans, but there's more DLC coming at least down the line.
Right. We have a couple more planned. We're kind of announcing them as we go along. But yeah, we have more upcoming, yeah.
Thank you very much.